The beeping of the hospital monitor was steady, unlike the man who claimed to be my husband. I lay in that white bed, my belly heavy with the child we both created, while he called me from his office and spat those words into my ear. "Stop all this drama. I'm coming to pick you up." Drama. That's what he called it. My body swollen, my breathing shallow, my heart racing from complications. 7 months pregnant, alone, abandoned, and to him, it was all performance. But when he finally walked into that sterile room, he froze. His eyes darted to the man standing by my side. His face blanched like he'd been electrocuted, because he recognized him. When I married Ethan, I thought I was choosing safety. He was calm, rational, ambitious. Not the type to sweep me off my feet with words, but steady, reliable. At least that's what I believed. The first few years were quiet. Dinners together, slow mornings, dreams whispered in the dark. I thought I mattered. I thought I was loved. But love, I learned, isn't silence. It isn't absence. When I became pregnant, the cracks widened. He stopped asking about my day, stopped coming home early, stopped touching me at all. I told myself it was stress, that he was adjusting too. But deep down, I knew. I was becoming invisible. The confirmation came in whispers. His phone lighting up at midnight, his excuses too polished, too rehearsed. Then the undeniable, a message left open on his laptop. "Can't wait to see you again tonight. She's so dramatic lately." She? Me? He wasn't just neglecting me. He was mocking me. I didn't scream, I didn't confront. I pressed my hand against my belly and promised my unborn child one thing: we would never beg for love. That night, my silence was sharper than any blade. Instead of mourning, I planned. I gathered evidence, photos, messages, receipts, enough to end him legally, financially, socially. But I didn't rush. I wanted precision, timing, impact. And I had an ally, someone Ethan never thought I'd turn to: my obstetrician. Dr. Lewis had been more than just a doctor through my pregnancy. He'd been a lifeline, steady, patient, present when my husband wasn't. He wasn't family by blood, but by action, by choice. He promised to stand by me, not just medically, but in the war I was quietly waging. When complications landed me in the hospital at 7 months, Ethan didn't show. Not at first. Not when I needed him. But Dr. Lewis did. He sat by my bed, chart in hand, speaking to me like I mattered. And when Ethan finally called, dismissing my crisis as drama, I knew exactly how to let the truth cut. I told Ethan to come, calmly, almost inviting. And I made sure Dr. Lewis was standing right there when he walked in. The door opened. Ethan stepped inside, phone still in his hand, ready to sneer. And then he saw him. Saw Dr. Lewis standing protectively near my bed, one hand resting lightly on the railing, his eyes steady on mine. The recognition hit him instantly. The affair he thought he was hiding, the nights he spent betraying me, it was with a woman Dr. Lewis also knew, his own secretary. The air snapped between us like a live wire. Ethan's face drained, his lips parted, his phone slipping slightly in his grip. I didn't raise my voice. I just said, softly, "This is the man who's been standing by me. Can you say the same?" He opened his mouth, but no sound came out. Because in that moment, he understood. I wasn't alone. I wasn't weak. And I wasn't his to trample anymore. The divorce papers were already in motion. The evidence I'd collected was ironclad. With Dr. Lewis's testimony and the documentation of neglect, Ethan had no ground to stand on. His reputation cracked first, then his finances. And finally, the silence he used to weaponize against me became his own prison. I didn't take him back. I didn't let him grovel. I walked out of that hospital room knowing the child inside me would never have to watch me beg for scraps of affection. Ethan thought I'd be too fragile, too pregnant, too emotional to fight. But betrayal has a way of sharpening you. So when I saw his face that day, white, frozen, electrified by his own reflection, I knew the war was over, and I had won.